Could the big red ball from Target stop a bullet? We've got the big red ball from Target here, and I'm gonna shoot it with higher and higher caliber bullets all the way up to a 50 cal and see what it can stop. Good luck, Fred. Starting out with a 22.
Bullet hit right here, just put a little chip in our paint.
Fred's fine. Next up, 9mm.
All right, pretty big divot here from the 9mm, but it really just bounced right off.
Moving up to the revolver, shooting around a 44 Magnum.
44 Magnum hit it right here, a little bit of a bigger crater, but still nothing.
Moving up to the AR, shooting around a green tip 5.56.
All right, our 5.56 took a huge chunk out of the ball here. It went through right here, but it did not come out the back. Fred's still safe.
Moving up to the Desert Eagle, shooting around a 50 AE.
All right, the Deagle put a decent crater in the front here, but still hardly any damage.
Moving up to the 12 gauge, shooting a slug.
All right, our slug hit right here, took a big chunk out of the ball, but did not go through.
Moving up to the Scar, shooting around a 308.
Piece hit my truck.
Really?
All right, biggest hole yet from our 308 right here. Huge crater, but it's not doing much.
Moving up to the 6.5 Creedmoor.
.6.5 Creedmoor put a big divot in our ball here. The bullet is just stuck right here. Fred's fine.
Moving up to the 50 cal.
Firing.
Huge piece taken off the top of our ball here. The bullet went in right here, but it did not come out the back. Fred survives. How many frying pans does it take to stop a bullet?
I got a ton of frying pans lined up here, and I'm gonna shoot them with higher and higher caliber bullets all the way up to a 50 cal and see how many pans it takes to stop each bullet.
Good luck, Fred. Starting out with the 22.
Our bullet put a dent in our first pan, but it did not make it all the way through.
Next up, 9mm.
Our bullet came through our first pan, bounced off the second, and landed right here.
Moving up to the revolver, shooting around a 44 Magnum.
What was that? Our bullet went in through our first pan, bounced off the second, and then the bullet flew all the way over here to Zach's truck and landed right here.
Moving up to the Desert Eagle, shooting around a 50 AE.
Our Deagle went through 1, 2, 3, and then bounced off the fourth pan.
Fred's fine. Moving up to the AR, shooting around a green tip 5.56.
Didn't move at all. All right, our AR went through 1, 2, 3, 4 pans and bounced off the fifth.
Moving up to the 12 gauge, shooting a slug.
Chaos. All right, our slug went through 1, 2, 3 pans, bounced off the fourth, and landed right here.
Moving up to the Scar, shooting around a 308.
308 made it through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pans and then bounced off the 8th. Fred's still safe.
Moving up to the 50 cal.
Fred, the 50 cal entered right here, made it all the way to pan number 9 and then winged Fred. How many tires does it take to stop a bullet? I'm gonna shoot these 5 mud tires with higher and higher caliber bullets all the way up to a 50 cal and see what they can stop.
Good luck, Fred. Starting out with a 22.
All right, we have a tiny little entry from our 22 here. Put a tiny little bulge in the other side, but did not make it through.
Next up, 9mm.
Our 9mm entered right here, came through our first tire, entered the second, but then stopped in the back wall of the second tire.
Next up, 45 ACP.
Our bullet came in right here, came all the way through our first tire and got lodged in the front of the second.
Moving up to a revolver, shooting around a 44 Magnum.
Our bullet entered here, came through the first tire and got lodged in the front of the second. Fred's fine back here.
Moving up to the Desert Eagle, shooting around a 50 AE.
Our bullet entered here, made it all the way through 1, 2 tires and then got stuck right here in the third.
Moving up to the 12 gauge, shooting a slug.
Firing. The slug came in right here, came clean through 1 tire, in through the second, and then bounced off the back wall of the second tire. Fred's untouched.
Moving up to our AR, shooting around a green tip 5.56.
right, here's the tiny little entry from our AR. It made it clean through 2 tires into the third and then got stuck in the back wall of our third tire. Moving up to the Scar, shooting around a 308. It made it clean through 1 tire, hit the back wall of the second tire, and then landed right here.
Last up, we got the 50 cal.
Brad. Our the 50 cal entered right here, put a huge hole through the back of our first tire, came through the second, and landed right here. Fred survives the video.
Could a 100-pound dumbbell stop a bullet? I'm gonna shoot this dumbbell with higher and higher caliber bullets all the way up to a 50 cal and see what it can stop. Good luck, Fred. Starting out with a 9 mil.
Our bullet hit right here, put a pretty good mark on the dumbbell, but it really just bounced right off. Fred's fine. Next up, 10 mil. All right, the bullet hit right here, put a little bit bigger mark, but didn't do much. Next up, we got the revolver, shooting around a 44 Magnum. All right, the bullet hit right here, put another little mark, but really didn't do much. Fred's still fine. Moving up to the Desert Eagle, shooting around a 50 AE. All right, the bullet hit right here, took out a small chunk, but it really just bounced right off. Moving up to the 12 gauge, shooting a slug. Our slug hit right here. It did put our first little crater in it, but it just bounced off. Fred's still okay. Moving up to the AR, shooting around a green tip 5.56. Our bullet came in right here. It went really deep into the dumbbell, but did not make it all the way through. Moving up to the 450 Bushmaster. Our bullet put a little crater in our dumbbell, but it did not go through. Moving up to the Gold Scar, shooting around a 308. Our 308 put a big mark in the dumbbell right here. Still nothing out the back. Moving up to the Silver Tip 50 cal. Fred. Our bullet knocked our 100-pound dumbbell back here. It just embedded itself in the dumbbell and did not go all the way through. Fred's still fine.
How much sand does it take to stop a bullet? I'm gonna shoot this sand with higher and higher caliber bullets all the way up to a 50 cal and see what it can stop. Good luck, Fred. Starting out with a 22.
Our bullet entered right here, but it did not come out the back. Fred survived. Next up, 45 ACP. Our bullet entered right here, but did not come out the back. Moving up to the revolver, shooting around a 44 Magnum. Our bullet entered right here, still nothing out the back. Fred's fine. Moving up to the Desert Eagle, shooting around a 50 AE. The Desert Eagle entered here, still nothing out the back. Fred's still safe. Moving up to the AR, shooting around a green tip 5.56. Fire. Bullet came in right here, and it did not make it out the back. Moving up to the Gold Scar, shooting around a 308. Our bullet entered here, and still nothing out the back. Moving up to the 12 gauge, shooting a slug. Firing. Our slug entered right here, still nothing. Fred still alive. Moving up to the 50 cal. Hang on, Fred. Fred. All right, the 50 cal entered right here. Blew a bunch of sand up in the air, but did not make it out the back. Fred survives the video.
How much eggnog does it take to stop a bullet? I'm gonna shoot this eggnog with everything all the way up to a 50 cal and see how many gallons each round goes through.
Starting out with the 22. Oh, I got a little splash. All right, our 22 came in right here through the first one. It went through 1, 2, and then landed inside the 3rd gallon. Next up, 9 mil. Our 9 mil came straight through our first jug and then went through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then bounced off the 7th. Fred's still alive. Moving up to the 12 gauge, shooting a slug. Our slug blew straight through our first 2 and then into our 3rd, and then it got stopped. Fred's still safe. Moving up to around a 5.56. Okay, I see 4 jugs completely emptied here. The 5th is still intact. It's just misting nog over here. Moving up to the Desert Eagle, shooting around a 50 AE. Bro, it went all the way to Fred. Oh my gosh, it made it all the way out the back.
Moving up to the 50 cal.
Hang on, Fred. Fred. Our 50 cal blew through the front, took out 4 gallons of eggnog, put a huge hole in our table here, but did not make it all the way to Fred.
How many cutting boards does it take to stop a bullet? I'm gonna shoot these cutting boards with higher and higher caliber bullets all the way up to a 50 cal and see how many it takes to stop each round. Good luck, Fred. Starting out with a 22.
Fred.
All right, the 22 came in right here, but it did not make it out the back of the first cutting board. Fred's fine. Next up, 9 mil.
Okay, the bullet entered right here, came out the back of the first one, and then lodged right here in the second.
Moving up to the revolver, shooting around a 44 Magnum.
Our bullet entered right here, it came out the back of the first, into the second, bounced off the third, and landed right here.
Moving up to the green tip, 5.56.
Red. Okay, our bullet entered right here, and it went through 1, 2, 3, 4, and then stopped in the 5th.
Moving up to the Desert Eagle, shooting around a 58 Yee.
Okay, our bullet came in right here. It went through 1, 2, 3 boards, and then bounced off the 4th and landed right here.
Moving up to the 12 gauge slug.
Our slug entered right here, went through 1, 2 boards, bounced off the 3rd, and landed right here.
Moving up to the gold scar, shooting around a 308.
Firing.
Red.
Our bullet entered here, and it went through 1, 2, 3, 4 boards, and then landed right here in the 5th.
Fred's still fine. Moving up to the 50 cal.
Firing.
Fred.
All right, the 50 cal came all the way through all 8 cutting boards and put an end to Fred.